People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the Med Scarlet News with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news, it is called "A Hard Ears Make for a Soft ASS." Who can hear, they will surely feel. I am speaking about an incident that occurred in a place called Spot Valley, Barrett-town, about 24 to 48 hours ago, in which 3 persons lost their life. One of St. James, Montego Bay's most wanted, his name is Nestor ZADDO-The. Him and 2 cronies, it is said to be his second. Those 2 persons have not yet been identified. People, I have the pictures of ZADDO and one of his cronies in the Popo Jeep. Both men were in some sorts of shorts and of course the typical them boxers are sure. However, that is not what was most obvious. What was most obvious is all sorts of stuff that was on the back of Mr. ZADDO's head. Seems as if something went through that is not supposed to be there. When I say something, I am speaking about the rounds from some sort of high-powered rifle. It was looking very, very bad, and people, he was not the most handsomest person per Master God earth. So just imagine what he looked like, laying in that Jeep back, on his stomach, his mouth hanging over the side of the Jeep. They were sending a message. Here are the details. Based on the information, it is said that they had some sorts of joint military team, meaning JCF, JDF, including the sharpshooters, meaning the SWAT team. They went into the area. Based on their information, it is said that they came under FIRE. And of course, you know the script. They took evasive action. After the smoke cleared, 3 men were seen, found laying on the ground, gasping for breath. They were rushed, well, not really rushed, call it Turkey rush. They were taken to the place of recovery. However, too late was the call. Apparently, whenever you get any sorts of big rounds in the head, it is usually detrimental to your health, meaning people are going DEADING. Such is the case as it pertains to these 3 young men. Based on the Popo information, it is said that they recovered 3 tools. Now people, this is simple mathematics. Whenever you are wanted, whenever they go for you after they've given you several warnings, turn in yourself or else usually means that you are going to end up in the worst case possible. That was the case in this case. We saw that the JCF made a couple of posts prior to this, and they said that they are going to be sparing no sorts of expense, no sorts of manpower until they apprehend. Apprehend is not the operative word. What they really mean, until they take him out of here and send him to the afterlife. So pretty much the Popo said that they came under GUNFIRE and they defended themselves, and these 2 men were taken out. People, fair enough, you are wanted. You are wanted for at least 10 MURDERS. And when they say 10, they mean that they have officially statement. People come and give testimony and say, yeah, at them identification parade, yeah, at them people. Not to mention the other numerous in which their names were being called up on. Now, as it applies to Mr. ZADDO, Mr. ZADDO has been a crimist for a very long time. Mr. ZADDO has crossed many people, including the ops, scammers, gunmen, dons, whoever. he seems to not give a D-A-M-N about anybody. No sorts of respect for persons living or even persons D-E-A-D. It is also said that as far back as maybe 2018, 2019, he has at least 2 incidents in which there was confrontation with the Popo. He was held, he was locked up, he was charged, however, in bucked the case. Are we going to say that it is system failure, meaning the judges, meaning the prosecutors, meaning the Popo dropped the ball and he won, and some sorts of technicality, some sorts of prosecutorial or judge misconduct? People, me don't know the circumstance, but me don't understand how somebody that is one of the parish's most wanted bucked the system, beat the system, and was still there giving all sorts of problems. People, this is exactly what happens when you have a system failure in the judicial system, because there is no way that a man whose name was being called up on a whole bunch of signature double, triple, 2 incidents as it pertains to the Popo, and yet that man is still free. That is what happens when you give people second chance. They always come back and haunt you. And this man was the Grim Reaper, the Duppy, the son of Satan. However, people, his deeds would catch up to him. It is called karma. The Popo said, they made several posts, listen, give in yourself or else you will have to face the brunt of the law. However, like most criminals, when they weigh the pros and the cons, it seems as if they feel as if they are stuck between a rock and a hard place. And sometimes, even though people are called up them name officially, pan 10, they might know within themselves, say, listen, that are just 10 where them know about what happened to the other 20 or 30 or 40. Why if them go bring them the up? I am never going to see the light of day in the free world again. So therefore, I have nothing to lose. However, yes, he had his life to lose. His cronies had his life to lose because they were around him. Bad company, your mother always tell you. Whenever you follow bad company, it always leads to a couple of places. You get in trouble, you go to the big yard or you go to the GRAVE yard. We know which is the case in this case. Now people, if there's one thing you should know about this platform, we are based on facts. We have actual links. This platform is what you call the link between law enforcement and the youth them on the streets. When I did my first video and I labeled this man the son of Satan, somebody contacted me. When that person contacted me, and I am not going to give their name because of confidence, they contact me on WhatsApp, and people, I am going to show you blocking out their identity. The conversation or the text message that we had. The person said to me, look at your screen. Me know that you are still in now. And I say, oh that's. If you look, he said, ZADDO. So him say, me I go give you some update on it. I said to him, I would really appreciate that. No problem, I will. I responded, I am looking forward to it. I go show you the whole thing is what he responded. And I said to him, I will make arrangements for him to give in himself or else. Them I go KILL him. People, this is based on information or conversations that I've had with people in the upper hierarchy in the Popo force. So people, it shows you the confidence that we have as it pertains to the JCF and the confidence that I have linking with people in the criminal network. Because they respect me, they know I will not sell them out. Even if I know somebody is wanted and they contacted me, I would try to talk to them. However, the Popo can ask me which number I'm called from, which part in there. We do not have that sort of relationship. Them know say the thing is based on respect and trust. So therefore, we do not violate each other's confidence. The conversation goes on to say, me know say a money I'm problem, lawyer and so forth. I tried to talk to him, shake my head. I said to him, is he innocent? If he is not innocent, lawyer can only do so much. I will make him get minimal time. I will talk to some people with the link and make him get minimal time. At least he was going to save his life. I asked him then, is he innocent? Is he guilty? He said, I cannot say, I was not there. And people, that is a reasonable answer. I said to him, listen, see what you can do because these people are after him. He has no choice. He then responded, I am going to chat to the father because I don't have his contacts right now. I used to, but not anymore. People like me say, this is somebody that is close. This could be some sort of family member. I was trying to save this youth's life, even though he probably did not deserve it. Now people, when we think about what we hear about this youth, and most of it is probably true, is he as bad as the people themselves, meaning the poor? He probably was. Is he innocent? Definitely not. Is he a criminal element? Definitely. Is he involved in any sorts of takeaway directly or indirectly? Definitely. However, people, you hear what the man say. The man say he knows that he has some sorts of financial problem. So people, here it is. We are hearing all sorts of story. This youth is involved in a scamming. This youth is a hitman for hire. However, this youth end up D-E-A-D-I-N-G, broke like D-A-G-G. So people, what is the sense to gain all this heat, gain all this gangster notoriety, only to lose your life, only to become some sort of burden on your family member that they themselves don't have any sorts of money? What did you leave? What did you gain from all this gangsterism other than a short-term stay per Master God earth? Is it really worth it? When you weigh the pros and the cons, does it really make any sort of sense? So the question I have to ask all of you aspiring gunmen, gangsters out there, what is the sense to gain this badness, image, to gain the world only to lose your freedom, lose your life? What type of gamble is that? It is called chasing fool's goal. There is no sort of success story out there as it pertains to all of these gangsters. 99.999% of them are going to end up in a failure. So therefore, why do you take a chance that you know more than likely you are going to fail? It is not sustainable whenever you are going out there, you are robbing people, you are taking away people's life. Justice, the long arm of the justice is always going to catch up to you. And even if it don't, there's a thing that is called karma. Every day that the bucket goes to the well, one day the bottom is going to fall out. And people, we see that this man got many chances through system failure in which his name was called up on all sorts of MURDER as it pertains to SHOOTING at the Popo, and people, we saw exactly where it led. Now people, you've heard the chairman of the Popo Federation said, listen, whenever we come for UNO, make sure say UNO does put on the hands in the ear, wave them like you just don't care. If you confront the Popo in any sort of SHOOT out, you are always going to be on the SHITTY end of the stick. And people, again, this is yet a next perfect example of what happened to ZADDO and his two cronies. They end up DEADING. At the end of the day, people, as far as about a couple of months ago, it is said that a 14-year-old girl end up getting caught up. She was on some sort of bike with ZADDO. They were after ZADDO. The people them blaze up all sorts of can. Of course, him jump off, take away himself. Them say the girl did link with him, so therefore she almost lost her life. So we see say this man was definitely a black cat, a crosses. However, the Popo, the joint military team, used some sorts of dub plate and clot out him head. People, remember, they don't call these people SWAT team or sharpshooter for no reason. These are persons that are trained. Them can pick up the wing off a fly from about 200 meter, 300 meter. So when you come with your little shook, push and press type of GUNSHOOTING style, like we see, if the target is not directly in front of them, they are going to miss 9 out of 10 times. These sharpshooters, they are trained. So therefore, there is no sort of fair fight. They are always going to get the upper hand. You are always going to lose your life. And such is the case in this case. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.